Good afternoon, and welcome to a very special presentation of Elite Esports. We are in week 5 of our Super Smash Brothers season, and we are on to the high school match of today. First up in today's high school match will be none other than Waku X2. We've seen a lot of Inkling play from Waku. But we've seen a lot of Sonic gameplay as well. And let's begin the first round of this best of 3. It is going to be Waku X2 on the left, or the right side, I should say, playing as Sonic. Oh, looks like we're going to reset. So we'll be right back once we have the correct score. Have elected to not go through the map banning process, and I've just elected to play on Pokemon Stadium 2, but Pokemon Stadium 2 does have platforms. So as soon as the correct stage is up, we will resume and begin our first round of gameplay today. Although, this did give both teams a little bit of a scouting report. Team LOL, who's the opponent today, that Waku opted for a Sonic over Inkling. I think the Sonic gameplay looked A-okay in the last game. And Uber Nerd, representing from Team LOL, also did Wolf. We see a lot of Wolf gameplay. Waku already charging right in, not afraid of the claws. And going in with a couple aerials, and Wolf is backing up a bit. And looks like he might have some technical difficulties. Oh no. All right, well, there is a connection error, so I will update you with the result of the match between Waku X2 and Uber Nerd. All right. Despite the disconnect in the first game, we will be moving on to round two of set one. And the next player to represent Elite is going to be none other than X-Man. X-Man is a 10th grader whose favorite class is beat making. It is a class taught by none other than Mr. Nelson, who is an amazing teacher, and Xavier is an amazing student, an amazing Smash player. Excited to see what he can do on Incineroar. We haven't seen X-Man play in quite some time. It's been about a month since his last appearance for the Eagles. And so I'm excited to see what he's going to be able to do on this giant angry cat. We're going to get right into it. We are loading into round number two of set one. And Cuber Nerd will need to SD twice. So X-Man will have quite the advantage here in this second round. Cuber Nerd, of course, beating Waku X2 by a score of 1-0. One stock left. Won that last one by just a hair. Both players taunting to signal they are ready to go. And they are off. Cuber Nerd fires that wolf projectile out. And X-Men comes in with the Lariat spin to try to get an advantage. Neutral airs him off. That goes a little bit too far to the right. Grenade takes advantage with some nice tilts. But the revenge comes in from X-Man. And Wolf kind of backs off. Not wanting to deal with that charged up attack from X-Man. X-Man using the Lariat spin to great value here. He's landed neutral B after neutral B. And Cuber Nerd already at 93%. But X-Men need to be careful here. Wolf can hit pretty hard. That was a big hit. Luckily, it doesn't redline. X-Men getting back on. He shields. He tries to neutral air. Tries to get an advantage here. Tries to get a EKO to even the score back up in this first set. X-Men shields. Just looking for an opening. Both players respecting each other a lot. No one, being super aggressive. All it takes is one big hit for either of these players to lose that first stock. And a nice revenge, but he goes a little bit too far to the right and maybe not able to get anything out of it. Misses with the side B and gets grabbed and punished. But Cuber Nerd was caught out in the open, and X-Men takes advantage with a nice up special. Taking the first stock and evening the score back up 6-6 for the Eagles, heading into round three. Now we return to the lobby with its goofy music, with Team LOL sending in their second player to face X-Man. Really key for X-Man to not lose that first stock and to keep it at a 6-6. It's a brand new game. 6 lives apiece for either side, and the second player sent out for the side of Team LOL is going to be a Ness. Should be interesting. Don't see a ton of Ness players as well. Rather difficult player. And we'll see if X-Man is up to the challenge. Both players load in on none other than Pokemon Stadium 2. X-Man taunt signal, he is ready. And Dave, 2-3-0 run, kind of runs around, maybe looking for the opening to PK Fire. He does PK Fire. X-Man dodges it, gets grabbed in a couple pummels, but only gets 5%, but he does land a nice side special. Tries to go punish off stage. And Dave with a interesting little up special, or up smash, I should say. That usually doesn't land when our player is on the cliff like that. X-Men kind of running right into it. Been getting a couple aerials and getting Dave up to 64, and we will need to return shortly, but it looks like X-Men taking an early lead in this round 3. All right, we are moving on to round 4. In this one, X-Men, of course, did take the last round with 1 stock remaining. We'll need to SG twice. Eagles up by 1 stock. And Team LOL down to their final stock. And it looks like it's going to be Spider Piggy being the 3rd player for the side of Team LOL. Both players taunting to start, and X-Men immediately comes in with the neutral air, then an up air. Getting a little bit of an early lead on the Donkey Kong. Now running all over him. Did go with a side special there. And gets another really big lariat spin. X-Men getting a ton of value from those in today's matchup. Goes for the side special off of the stage. And Donkey Kong is barely able to recover there. He's going to need to be careful. That DK spike can be nasty. It looks like DK chose to throw him up in the air instead of going off. But a smart counter there by X-Man keeps him in it. It's 91 to 92, very close. And X-Man goes for the side special, but not able to get that full effect of it. Spider Piggy up to 112. And looks like he just goes to carry him off the stage. And unfortunately enough, Spider Piggy did not go down. So quite the smart play on the side of Team LOL. Kind of sacrificing his life. And in the process, evening up the score. Next player in today's game will be none other than Genesis, our sword fighting specialist. And it is a rubber match for this one. Both teams down to their final 3 stocks. It's just 3-3. Nothing fancy, no SDs required. We are off. Spider Piggy already getting taken off inside of the stage. Genesis doing her best to try to keep him there. That stage control advantage, but now that stage control advantage has flipped the way of Spider Piggy. Pokes him away with that lance. Spider Piggy getting a couple good forward airs. Maybe looking to go toss them off the stage. Of course, he can't jump as far as he did last time. This is keeping him away with that long spear. But so far, it is Spider Piggy that is in the lead, 90 to 73. Nice shield. Genesis prevents any further damage. And Spider Piggy wisely getting away from that devastating grab and neutral air combo. Tries to go for the spike off stage, but Genesis does recover. Both players looking for grabs. Spider Piggy charging up that neutral B punch. And Genesis trying to just keep him away with those back airs and the forward airs of that long dialess spear. Team trying to abuse that, try to keep Donkey Kong out of the reach, but gets completely pummeled by the side special. And Spider Pig not able to capitalize. Just tries to time that arrow, but gets caught out by the down tilt. Now Genesis poking him away. Didn't even need to use or to redline Spider Piggy, and she takes the first stock of this round's big first stock. But she could die right here. Looks like Spider Piggy trying to go for that off stage, and he jumps a little bit far enough off that Genesis cannot recover. Really good response there by the side of Spider Piggy. He swipes Genesis away. Genesis just looking for an opening. Dodge. Genesis swipes. Tries to go for the up air. She does get an up air. Still very, very close in this one. Really good DI there, but Spider Piggy goes for the aggressive offstage punish. It's just huge play with a charged up punch. Lots of value from it. Now still tries to go for that offstage grab. This is going to be very careful about that. And is going to need to secure a stock here in order to stay in this one. Spider Piggy goes for it. The down air into the up smash combo, which secures the round and secures the first set for the side of Team LOL. All right, we are on to set 2 in this best of 3. First up in set 2 is going to be Ruby Runes. Ruby Runes in 10th grade. Been playing a lot more Pirate Mithra lately, but we might see some Pokemon Trainer. We might see Incineroar. But I think it's going to be Pyra Mythra to start out this one. Elite going to be looking to force a set 3 after a very tightly contested set 2. It did come down to the final match. Both players, or both teams, using all 3 of their players. And Ruby Runes will be the first to represent the Eagles in set 2. Trying to force a set 3 here. They will. This is a must-win set for Elite. And we'll see if Ruby Runes is up to the challenge. We are off for round 1 of set 2 in today's match. Doesn't seem like there's going to be any sort of changes coming out from the side of Team LOL. Of course, one change for the Eagles, and that is Ruby Runes playing as Pyra Mythra, subbing in for Waku X2. Ruby Runes gets a couple jabs in, and a nice grab and pummel, and Cubernerd is thrown off the cliff, and he pokes him away with a nice timed side special, well positioned. Tries to go for another one, but Cubernerd does shield, and he does go away. Keeps him away with that gun projectile. Ruby Runes gets another grab again. Doesn't get any more follow-up, but the grabs have been there today. Let's go for a down air into a side smash. Is shielded. Now Cubernerd using a dash attack after dash attack to keep him away, but he gets caught out. An unconventional use of the up special, but it does work. It does work to kind of get an advantage state for Ruby Runes. Both players reset the neutral. It is Ruby Runes who comes in with the grab. Cubernerd goes with the up special. Up special comes out from the side of Ruby Runes. He dodges towards the center of stage. Both players dodging, but Ruby Runes dodges, throws that burning edge into Cubernerd's face. He throws it again, and now Cubernerd at 100% tries to maybe go for a counter. Ruby Runes using that a lot. And now a little bit too early on the use of the up special, and Ruby Runes is punished for it. Cubernerd at 100. Runes didn't look to do a side smash. He does get a side smash off there, but it's not fully charged, so not enough to take this wolf down. A nice down air does force him into an advantage state, but he swipes a little bit too far to the right. Now as Ruby Runes without the stage control, he runs into the center and perfectly catches Cubernerd into the bottom of that sword, taking down one stock. Cubernerd was able to get Ruby Runes up to 41% on his second stock, so still in the lead here. Now a lot more mindful of those side specials. He's got a lot of value from those early on. Now it seems like Cubernerd has been the one to adjust, trying to keep him away with that dash attack, and swipes him away with the up air. It is Ruby Runes at 118%. He goes for the dash attack, but is shielded. Nice shield on a smash attack. Swipes him away. Now both players resetting neutral. Ruby Runes blocks the projectile. Just kind of maybe trying to bait and punish Cubernerd here. Does get another hit with side special. But Cubernerd has a very good back air. Jumps right over the head of Pyra and kicks her off to the side of the map.
A lot of you.
All right, second player in set 2 is going to be Genesis. Once again, Genesis will be opting for a sword fighter, but will she stick with Byleth? I'm not sure. We'll have to see. Good effort by Ruby Runes, however, even though if most of y'all couldn't watch, he did take 2 stocks away from Team LOL. So Team LOL going into round 2 of set 2 with a stock lead of 1. And it is Genesis going with the Roy pick in this one. Haven't seen Genesis play Roy in quite some time as well.
3, 2, 1, go!
She is more than comfortable on many of these sword fighters. Cuber Nerd, of course, self-destructing twice. A very entertaining last first round, even if most people couldn't watch it. I have to say, I got to watch it. And it was a great effort by both players. Cuber Nerd, of course, coming out the win, but with 1 stock remaining. Genesis looking to just swipe him away and hopefully take that first stock and even up set 2 here. Does have good time on the up special, but Wolf shields it. Now 53-61 even. Genesis barely missing with that swipe of that sword. Trying to use some of that speed of Roy to take the advantage in this one, but is caught out by a well-timed up special. Now at 109. This time her own up special well to recover. Cuber forcing her away again. Not letting himself get into too much of a disadvantaged state. Needs to be really careful with the shield, but a really good back air. Again, Cuber has been dynamite with his aerials today. Not even needing to use the aerials off stage to secure KOs. The big first stock take in this one. Genesis hits him with a nice up special. He gets burnt to his crisp and flies off into the sunset. And so Genesis defeats Cuber Nerd, but not after taking 1 stock. So we'll be moving on to round number 3 with Team LOL up 6-5. On to round 2 here. Of course, it is Dave 2301 playing Ness again. Both players taunting, and immediately gets Genesis caught into the PK fire. Not using the baseball bat to follow up though. but using lots of forward airs to push his way towards the center of the stage. Genesis doing what she can to swipe him away. We've seen a lot of counters out from Genesis, but none of them have hit quite yet. Does get caught out by the spike. Now it gets forced away by the dash attack. Now in an advantage state, but just barely able to get out of the range of that up special. Shields PK fire, but not that one. Now Dave at 112. An asterisk, or a Genesis, I should say, swipes him away. Not even needing to redline, and the lack of DI there proves to be a costly mistake for Dave as he loses the first stock in this round. But Genesis still needs to be careful. Only still at 99. Very vulnerable to any sort of crazy combo that Ness can pull out of that cute little backpack he has. Of course, getting a lot of value from these forward airs is Dave on this Ness. He throws Genesis off stage. Genesis, whoa, just barely able to recover there. It's a little dicey. Dave almost securing a KO without even needing to throw a punch. Not like Ness throws a ton of punches. He just uses the magic like he did right there. Now Genesis taken down to one stock. Dave at 90 though, so really good effort by Genesis on this second stock. Now just kind of getting zoned out by that yo-yo. Now already at 56, Dave doing his best. Try to not let that score be even. Genesis keeps him away and keeps him away again. Some great zoning and some great stage control. Even he stocks back up at 1-1, but a lot of that lead that Genesis has built up has been lost. He swipes and swipes again to try to get it back, but it is still Dave up 100-42. He uses that forward air again like he has so many times, but Genesis catches him in mid-air with the up special. He's gotten a lot of value out of these Roy up specials. But another nice grab and throw by Dave 2301 sends her off the left side of the stage. And Team LOL will still maintain their one stock lead heading into the next round. Next up will be X-Men with the Eagles down to their final 3 stocks. In this one, it's going to be a tough ask for X-Men to take 4 stocks away from the enemy team, but we'll see if he's up to the challenge. Dave 2301 still in this one with 1 stock. So Dave Esting 2 times. And I guess getting some style points with his self-destructs, using his PK Stunner to throw himself even off the stage even faster than normal. Now both players starting, and it's Dave who gets the first hit with none other than that forward air he's been so good with. X-Men goes to grab the side special. Dave floats him back onto the stage and pushes him away with that. Now pushes him away with the yo-yo. He's gotten so much value from that yo-yo. Now just floating and dancing all around Incineroar here. X-Men doing his best to kind of land a hit. And it goes for the side special instead of the up special. That proves to be a mistake, and Dave takes a very early stock without losing so much as, you know, even a hit. Only using a couple. X-Men does get the side special off, but he hasn't been able to get much going here. Dave doing very well on this Ness. Probably better than the first time. He had seen X-Men before. Now maybe made some of those adjustments. Dave uses the PK Thunder to keep X-Men off of the stage and then follows it up with an up special. And it seems like Dave has found his groove on this nest here. X-Men pushes him away with the lariat, but misses with the side special. X-Men grabs him before the bottom part of that yo-yo goes through and finally gets Dave, but those are two huge KOs for the side of Team LOL, and Elite down to their final stock. It's going to be a tough ask, but none other than Spider Piggy, the very deadly Donkey Kong from the first round, will be up for Team LOL.
One, go!
X-Men still in it, not down, but not out. But it's going to be tough. Spider Piggy looked very good on Donkey Kong. Now Spider Piggy already grabbing him and up airing, back airing again. And now looking just to control the stage here. X-Men not even able to get onto the stage. X-Men fires a back air into the face of Spider Piggy. Now has the stage control. And it looks like that should be it. Spider Piggy grabbing him and not even wanting to deal with X-Men. He just grabs and throws off the stage and secures the final kill in this one. That will be Team LOL taking the match by a score of 2-0. Eagles fall to 2-2 on the season. We will return with the next esports stream next Tuesday at 4:30 for our next round of Marvel Rivals. Thank you all for tuning in. As always, be elite, and we will see you for some Marvel Rivals